I almost went home that night. The rain felt cold outside. My hands would not stop shaking. Everybody already looked comfortable there. And I felt completely different. Hey, I'm Maria. Repeat with me. Don't think, just speak. Tonight feels calm here. The studio lights look warm tonight. The coffee still smells really good. And honestly, I'm glad you're here. You do not need perfect English. You really do not. You only need small progress. One small step matters sometimes. Even slow progress still matters. So relax your shoulders a little. Take a breath naturally. And just stay with me. You do not need understanding perfectly. You only need listening first. Then repeating slowly afterward. That is enough tonight. If possible, watch this full video first. Maybe use your laptop tonight. Or your TV maybe. Keep your phone close too. Practice speaking while listening later. That combination feels surprisingly helpful. Hearing and speaking together changes everything. Not immediately, but slowly. And slow change still counts. I learned that painfully once. Actually, that night changed something inside me. The rain outside sounded really heavy. Cars moved slowly near the cafe. The windows looked foggy already. People laughed quietly near the counter. And I almost turned around. I really almost left there. Because honestly, I felt completely out of place. My jacket felt too wet. My hands felt awkward everywhere. Even ordering coffee felt difficult. I kept checking my phone nervously, like pretending somebody needed me. But nobody texted me. That felt strangely embarrassing. I remember looking toward the door. I thought about leaving twice. Maybe 3 times, honestly. Then somebody smiled at me. Just a small smile. Nothing dramatic happened. But something inside me relaxed slightly. The cafe suddenly felt warmer. Not safe exactly, but softer somehow. I ordered coffee quietly afterward. My voice sounded nervous still. The cashier repeated my order slowly, and I felt embarrassed again. I thought she noticed immediately. You know that feeling sometimes. When your face feels too warm? Yeah, that happened there. The coffee machine sounded really loud. Somebody dropped a spoon nearby. A couple laughed softly behind me. And suddenly, I wanted disappearing powers, honestly. I carried my coffee carefully. My hands still shook slightly. I chose a corner table, near the rainy windows. The city lights reflected beautifully outside. Buses passed slowly through the street. Everything looked cinematic somehow, but inside, I still felt uncomfortable. I opened my phone again, pretending I looked busy. Actually, I just felt nervous. Then something unexpected happened. A woman near me spoke first. She pointed toward my notebook and asked about my drawings. Very simple question, honestly, but my brain completely froze. I knew the answer, obviously. Still, nothing came out properly. I smiled awkwardly instead, then laughed a little nervously. She waited patiently afterward. That helped more than expected. So I answered slowly, finally. Very slowly, honestly. And my sentence sounded terrible, at least inside my head. But something surprising happened afterward. She smiled again, naturally. Then she asked another question, and suddenly, the conversation continued. Not perfectly, not smoothly, but naturally somehow. The rain kept falling outside. Coffee cups touched wooden tables softly. People talked quietly nearby. And little by little, my shoulders relaxed. I stopped thinking constantly. That changed everything, honestly. Because before that moment, I wanted perfect sentences always. Perfect pronunciation too, probably. But perfect speaking never arrived. Only nervous silence arrived. That night taught me something different. People care less than we think. Much less honestly. Most people simply enjoy connection. Small human moments matter more. Even awkward moments matter sometimes. Actually, awkward moments feel strangely memorable later. Like that nervous laugh earlier. I still remember it clearly. And honestly, I smile about it now. The woman kept talking casually. About books mostly. And rainy weather, strangely. Very normal conversation, honestly. Nothing life-changing really happened. Still, something important changed inside me. Because I stayed there. That mattered most. I did not leave early. Even while feeling uncomfortable. Even while sounding nervous. Even while overthinking constantly. I stayed, and that decision changed something quietly. Outside, headlights reflected across wet streets. The cafe lights looked golden. The room felt warmer gradually. I remember touching my coffee cup slowly. Trying calming myself again. Then the woman asked something unexpected. She asked why I looked nervous. I laughed immediately afterward. Not because it felt funny. Because she noticed instantly. And honestly, that surprised me. I told her the truth eventually. I said, I overthink every conversation. She looked thoughtful briefly, then smiled very softly. And she said something simple. Something extremely simple, honestly. She said, most people do sometimes. That sentence stayed with me because suddenly I felt less strange there. Less different, maybe. Less alone, honestly. The rain outside slowed gradually. The windows cleared slightly afterward. People started leaving quietly. Chairs moved softly across the floor. Still, we kept talking naturally, and for the first time, I stopped judging every word. That felt incredibly peaceful. Maybe small for others, but huge for me, honestly. Because confidence rarely arrives dramatically. Usually, confidence arrives quietly. One small moment at a time. One uncomfortable situation sometimes. One conversation maybe. One decision not leaving early. That changes people slowly. And honestly, maybe you understand this feeling too. Maybe speaking feels uncomfortable sometimes. Maybe your mind becomes too loud. Maybe simple conversations feel exhausting. I understand that honestly. Completely honestly. But listen carefully now. You do not need becoming fearless first. You only need staying present slightly longer. That matters more sometimes. Even tonight, right now, you are still listening, still practicing, still trying again. That already means something important. And maybe your pronunciation feels imperfect now. Maybe your speaking still feels slow. That is completely normal, honestly. Very normal, actually. Real confidence takes strange little steps. Quiet little moments. Tiny improvements almost nobody notices. Until suddenly, you notice them yourself. And honestly, that feels beautiful later. The cafe became quieter eventually. Only soft music remained nearby. Rain sounds continued outside softly. The woman finished her coffee slowly, then checked her watch briefly. And suddenly, I felt nervous again. Because conversations eventually end. And awkward endings feel difficult too. At least for me, honestly. I started overthinking immediately again. What should I say now? Should I stand first, maybe? Should I smile again? My brain became noisy again instantly. Then she laughed softly suddenly, like she understood everything already. And honestly, that helped again. She put on her jacket slowly, then looked back toward me, and she said, "You looked comfortable eventually." That surprised me, honestly, because inside, I still felt nervous. But maybe confidence looks different outside. Maybe progress feels invisible sometimes, until somebody notices quietly. That thought stayed with me afterward. The buses outside looked almost empty. Street reflections moved across puddles slowly. The city suddenly felt peaceful. I walked outside eventually. Cold air touched my face instantly. And honestly, I smiled walking home. Not because everything became perfect. Nothing became perfect, actually. I still felt awkward sometimes afterward. Still nervous, too, honestly. But something changed permanently there. I stopped waiting feeling fully ready. That changed everything later. Because maybe readiness never arrives first. Maybe action arrives first instead. Then confidence slowly follows afterward. Very slowly sometimes. And honestly, that is enough. Right now, you are already practicing courage quietly. Every sentence matters. Every repetition matters too. Even difficult moments matter honestly. Especially difficult moments sometimes. So keep listening patiently. Keep repeating naturally. And please, do not rush yourself constantly. Slow progress still builds confidence. Actually, slow progress builds stronger confidence sometimes. Use your speaking application later tonight. Repeat these sentences comfortably. Not perfectly, just naturally. That matters more honestly. Maybe tomorrow, watch this video again. Maybe repeat different sentences aloud. Maybe notice your comfort growing slightly. Little changes become powerful later. I promise that honestly. The studio feels peaceful tonight. The rain sounds softer now. My coffee became cold already. And somehow, that feels comforting too. Thank you for staying here tonight. Really, I know practicing feels vulnerable sometimes, but you stayed anyway. That matters more than perfection. Come back tomorrow night again. Bring your coffee, maybe. Bring your imperfect English, too. We will practice together again. Slowly, naturally, one real conversation at a time. And remember something tonight. I didn't give up either. And honestly, that changed everything.